Hello friends. Dr. E here. We're going to cover Managerial Finance, Chapter 4, Homework number 9. We're going to use information that is available for a peer company or a peer group, and along with a little bit of information about the company whose stock we're trying to value. And we're going to be able to determine what an appropriate multiple should be for the company that we're studying. All right, let's take a look. Using peers to determine multiples. So please note that I'm going to give you the growth rate for a company and a PE for that company. And that growth rate you put in the denominator. Then I'll give you a growth rate for the company that does not have a PE, and we'll put that growth rate in the numerator, and we'll multiply the ratio of the growth rate for the company that does not have the PE against the growth rate of the company that does have the PE. We'll multiply that ratio by the PE, and voila, we'll get the PE that we want. So here we go. So EMS Inc. is growing 20% annually. It has a PE of 24. So the EMS growth rate will go in the denominator. Berks Inc. is growing at 15% annually. It does not have a PE, and so we'll put the Berks growth rate in the numerator. What should the Berks PE be? So as I said, EMS Inc. has the PE. So the growth rate for EMS goes in the denominator. Then the growth rate for Berks goes in the numerator. Then we'll find that ratio and multiply it by the known PE of 24. And so the growth rate of Berks divided by the growth rate of EMS, and then we multiply that by the PE, and we get 0.75. So Berks is growing at 25% less than EMS, so it's got a ratio of 0.75 times the multiple for EMS, and we get the multiple for Berks, 18. Let's do some more of those. So Fraser Inc. is growing 18% annually, so that's going to go, and it has a PE of 20, and so it's going to go in the denominator. Shelton Inc. is growing at 13% annually, so we know that Shelton Inc. is growing more slowly than Fraser Inc. Therefore, Shelton's multiple will be lower than Fraser's multiple. Okay? Alright, so Fraser has the PE. The growth rate for Fraser goes in the denominator. The growth rate for Shelton goes in the numerator. There you go. Shelton divided by Fraser times Fraser's multiple is equal to 0.722 times 20. Shelton's multiple should be 14.44. Brown Inc. is growing 12% annually. It has a PE of 14. Churchman Inc. is growing faster, 14% annually. What should Churchman's PE be? Since Churchman is growing faster than Brown, Churchman's PE should be higher than Brown's PE of 14. So your answer should be higher than 14. So we're going to put Churchman's we'll put Brown's PE in the denominator and Churchman's PE in the numerator. And there we have it. Churchman divided by Brown times Brown's PE. There's Churchman's PE. Okay. Last one, Muncie Inc. is growing 10% annually, has a PE of 12. So this is going to go in the denominator. And McLeod Inc. is growing 13% annually. It goes in the numerator. What is McLeod's PE? So Muncie has the PE, it goes in the denominator. McLeod's growth rate goes in the numerator. So McLeod divided by Muncie times Muncie's multiple equals McLeod's multiple of 15.6, which is higher than Muncie's multiple because McLeod is growing 30% more faster than Muncie. All right, that's it. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Clear to you the relationship between the growth rate and the multiple. Hopefully it's clear to you that this is the beginning multiple that we're using. the multiple for the company, the growth rate for the company that has the multiple goes in the denominator. The growth rate for the company that does not have the multiple goes in the numerator. Multiply that ratio by the multiple, and you get the new multiple. And if a company is growing faster, then its multiple should be higher. Okay? If the company in question is growing slower, then its multiple should be lower. All right, that's it. Get to work. Work out these problems. Peace out. Shalom.